Buenos días, Mavericks. Hoy es lunes. Empecemos este día como cada día. De pie, por favor, para hacer la promesa a nuestra bandera de nuestro país. Con la mano sobre el corazón, digamos juntos. Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa
We just heard the Pledge of Allegiance in the Spanish language. I've never heard that before. I'm J.D. Long Garcia, Senior Editor at America Media, covering U.S. Latinos in the Catholic Church. We're here at St. Mary Magdalen School in San Antonio, Texas, where we're witnessing things that really make this school stand apart. St. Mary Magdalen is a dual-language Catholic school. A 2012 Boston College study found that more than half of children attending Mass on Sunday were Hispanic, but only 4% of Hispanic Catholic children attend Catholic schools. Boston College responded to this data by forming a national network of dual-language Catholic schools.
And so we applied in 2012, and we were accepted that same year in 2012 to become part of the first cohort, which was 12 Catholic schools. I don't think we expected the school to grow as much as it has as a result. In 2012, we were at 98 students. We're now currently at 450.
The vast majority of students at St. Mary Magdalen are Hispanic, but more than half of them speak English at home. Parents at the school say that the dual language program is a way to keep their kids connected to their Spanish language roots.
There was a desire here, even though the majority of our kids and our family speak English, there was a really strong, almost visceral desire to learn Spanish.
What hit home was the dual language program. Having both languages is really a cultural identity, but so many other benefits that I found growing up. So I thought that's a perfect environment to be able to provide that for my daughter.
So let's take a look at how this dual language program works.
There's a lot of different ways to do dual language. We have chosen to do Gomez and Gomez, which is a 50-50 dual language model. So the majority of our students, how that breaks down is that they have language arts and math taught in English. And then they have social studies, science, and religion taught in Spanish.
The Gomez and Gomez model also has students work together on projects in bilingual pairs.
One of my students, for example, Santiago, he only speaks Spanish. And it doesn't matter if he's with 5 other kids that only speak English. He's going to want that crayon and he's going to say it in Spanish until they understand. So that's the whole logic about it, that this student is going to be speaking in Spanish, and that other student that doesn't understand him, he's going to get there because he wants to get that crayon, because he wants to get to the point.
Parents of St. Mary Magdalen students say their children are bringing these skills home too.
And it's certain things, like at night when we're sitting at the dinner table, my youngest, she'll say she wants some milk or something like that, but she'll say it in Spanish. And so that it's just exciting to be able to speak both of those languages with my kids, and hearing them speak to me in Spanish and teach me things that I didn't know in Spanish. So it's great in the household.
But is there also a connection with your family as far as the Spanish language goes?
Yeah, absolutely. With her great-grandparents, my grandparents, who still yet only speak Spanish. I see so many of my friends who maybe their parents spoke Spanish, but they didn't pick it up quite as much as I did, or I knew people who couldn't communicate with their grandparents and kind of just leave it to the wayside. Well, she kind of understands me, or I understand her, but I can't speak it back. And to think, that's not a fullness of a relationship. How can I help develop that?
This school doesn't just keep students in touch with their family's Spanish language roots, it also forms them in the Catholic faith.
We're very excited to have them attend this school simply because of the dual language program. That, along with the faith and the morals that it teaches the kids as well. It teaches them about Jesus, and how to pray. And that really was intriguing to me and my family. That is basically the two main reasons why we have them attending this school.
And you're not just learning the 10 Commandments or about the sacraments, but learning about respect and character, and that those become a part of their conversation since they're 3 years old, and then they start to understand and develop. And I think you don't get these kinds of conversations at other schools. And so that is really important. I can see how much strength that's given my daughter and how she interacts with her peers and her playmates. And it's important. It's important they're supporting each other in the right way.
The Spanish language and Latino cultures aren't something that are just on the side. They're very much at the center of what happens here, reflecting the reality of not just this community, but the U.S. Catholic Church. I'm wondering, perhaps this is a way forward for all Catholic schools in the United States.
Well, I think that the church in general, and especially Catholic schools, should really dare to innovate and to try new things. I think that we're at that point as a church and as Catholic schools that it's worth the risk. We are a global church. We're a church that goes to the margins. We're a church that really reaches out to all. If Catholic schools and the church could sort of look inside themselves to see how they can open their doors to more people, more cultures, more points of view, that's going to be a messier church, a noisier church, but a better church, and better Catholic schools.
Hey, I'm Zach Davis from America Media. Did you like that last video? I thought you might have since you watched to the end. You should hit the subscribe button to your right to get more great content from America Media. That'll make sure you don't miss a thing. So hit subscribe, I'll see you there.